You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant.
Do. What's up, y'all? How we feeling?
Good. Tired.
Good, bro.
How are you, Cal?
I'm doing all right. Doing good. It's been raining and cold here in Vegas, but it's gonna start warming up soon. So
We was just talking about Vegas and the weather, huh? And when it's gonna be hot.
I know. We're hoping when we come there in April to see Usher that it's a little bit, you know what? I think anywhere is a little bit nicer than it is here. I don't know.
Still snowing.
We're still getting snow.
Grass a little bit.
We're the only people that are getting snow. I think it's just our house.
For sure.
It's weird.
I think so.
But yeah.
everything been good with you guys though? Kids been good. I saw you guys did your dad Valentine's Day dinner.
Yeah.
I had a question about that. Is that the time, Jess, where you get to like really decompress, or since there's just one child at home, you're still not able to like decompress? Because I'm like, wow, like Marcus got all four of the girls. He's at the house with the girls. It's just you and Kash. And so I'm like, it seems like it'd be quiet and peaceful, right?
Well, so this year I was like, yeah, I'm finally going to take Kash out and have a mother-son Valentine's Day dinner. And so like the week before I was like, Kash, where do you want to go to dinner? And he's like, and I'm like, Kash, what's your favorite food? What do you want to eat? Mommy's going to take you somewhere. Where do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? He was very uninterested. And so I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Because I don't want to do shit anyway. Like you said, when they leave, it is a chance to breathe. I'm not getting mommy. I'm not getting text messages for stupid shit. It's like, okay, woo, I don't have him breathing down my neck like a fire-breathing dragon. So, yeah. So anyways, they leave. And at first I go sit in my room by myself. And then I start feeling guilty because I'm like, Kash is here, you know. So I walk into his room and I'm like, hey, just let me know when you want to go downstairs and we can play video games. And he was like, he never came into my room. And secretly I was like, yes. So I got to decompress a little bit, but he was still there. So it's like, still had to feed him and shit. So there.
You take a nap?
No. I be wanting to take a nap sometimes so bad, and my body just will not let me do it. And then the times where it's unexpected, I just fall asleep, and it's like, fuck, I wasn't supposed to be taking no damn nap.
It don't even really have to be a nap to recharge.
Sometimes just sitting there.
Yeah, just being able to have some time to yourself.
Right.
I think
sometimes that's what I do. I literally will
big.
sit down for like 30 minutes and just sit down and watch TV. And then I'll get up and I'll be like, oh shit, time to continue my day. So yeah, but we had a busy weekend, and of course we love watching our kids. And, you know, I posted a video of Carmen singing the Black National Anthem at Garfield, and, our daughter had a dance competition, and they do this thing called a dance down. It's kind of like a mock audition. And there was like probably like 50 little girls on the stage, and she took third place, which was really cool. And she was super excited.
You got to keep making it to the next round. So
yeah, they cut people really, and she was part of the final three, and she got beat by two older girls from her studio that are phenomenal dancers. So I don't even think they're older. I think they're like her same age, but they dance in the higher team. But yeah, so it was very, very cool. Very cool. But
That's
we're tired. Cool.
Yeah, well, adulting, it'll do that. So we got an email. I guess people just love advice from you guys.
Professional.
I don't even know if this is
professional. Professional, unprofessional. Is that a thing?
Unprofessional advice.
We are nowhere near professional.
Make a shirt. Yep. I'm going to start with wearing that. Yeah, sure. Carry on, Kellen.
Yeah, we're just,
Cool. Just full name you like that. That's cool. Yeah. So this is about a lady who her husband's 40. And she's a little over 30, and they've been together for 9.5 years, and they have a 2-year-old son. The problem is that the husband is an all-around, I guess, negative person. He holds a lot of grudges over minor things. He's very critical of this woman's friends and her family. And if anytime she tries to spend time alone or do something like, let's say, I don't know, grab lunch with her girlfriends or even go to the grocery store, the husband finds a way to make her feel guilty about her not spending time with him and the son. Now, the thing about it is that she says that there's never been any cheating in this relationship. So there hasn't been any weird shit. So to make him want to, start being the way he's being. So there's never been any cheating. There's never been any domestic violence. There's never been any of that. So they started couples therapy about 6 weeks ago, and nothing's really improved. Every time he makes a critical comment about her friends and her family or guilt her into making plans, she says that she's starting to withdraw a little. And she's wondering, like, if the therapy's not working, like, what the fuck is the point of this marriage? Like, why are we even doing this, right? But she knows that having a kid can change a relationship. She said he's a really, really good dad and he helps around the house, but she just wants to know, like, is she blowing this out of proportion? Any help, any feedback would help.
No. And first, when everybody's been kind of preferencing their conversation with, nobody's cheating, now I'm never going to cheat. I don't know. I mean, that sounds suspect at this point, because every conversation so far, every email has been, no, I'm not cheating. He's not cheating. We're not cheating. Somebody's cheating.
You do have to be.
I don't.
Well, I think that's okay.
I know, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't automatically, that doesn't sound like somebody that's cheating on somebody. And I know he's not physically abusing her, but what he's doing can be considered a form of psychological abuse. You cannot do that to somebody. You cannot monitor their every move. You cannot make them feel guilty. You cannot make them feel like they cannot go to the store and move without you. That is like, what is that? Coercive control, some shit. So,
have to look that one up. My bad.
And so I don't think that's okay. That's like really can be considered a form of abuse. Nobody should have that kind of power over you and kind of take away your freedom and your free will. And if she can't even go to the store, that's some weird shit. And so naturally, like, one of the 7 deadly sins of marriage or whatever is she starts to shut down. So your time is limited, buddy, especially if therapy is not doing anything. It ain't gonna work.
What I'm interested in is, when did this start? Did this start while they were dating, while they were getting to know each other, or is this a new behavior? And what caused this behavior? I know I'm kind of going into the what if space, but if he's always been like this, and this young lady is like, okay, a child is going to change this, or maybe he'll change after we get more comfortable in our relationship. You kind of know what you had kind of coming into him. So I don't like ultimatums, but at a point like this, for her sake, if it's not something she's with, then it's either you change it or you don't, because she is going to cheat, whether that's physically. Not even
cheat. She's going to leave.
But she's already withdrawing. She's going to find happiness somewhere, I guess is what I'm getting at, right? So the gentleman got some choices to make.
Right. And having a kid, that's like 101. That's like putting a Band-Aid on a relationship. When people think, oh, bringing a child into this, he's such a great dad. I know, but he's a fucking crazy husband.
Or fuel on the fire.
Pick a Band-Aid, fuel on fire, whatever. But like, pick your poison. He's a great, and sometimes that's like almost the form. That's what makes it so hard, is because you see this person who is a really great father, but at the same time, it's got to be affecting her mental health. And maybe it's the age difference, because if he's 40 and she's, would you say?
Early 30s.
Yeah, 31.
He could be a little, kind of being like, hey, I'm getting a little bit older. Shit's changing. My balls are dropping. And, her boobs are probably still sitting pretty high. So I mean,
he got her though. Just being all over her. He's being
he could be going through a midlife crisis. You never know.
But that he's not helping the situation. So he needs to maybe do some individual therapy and see where he's at in his mental and where he's at in his confidence, et cetera, et cetera. But to push that on your lady and be like, okay, you can't go nowhere, you can't do nothing. I know you're going to the store, but I need to check your phone. I need to do this, and let me put the GPS in your car. And it just makes for an uncomfortable and not very positive situation, right? You got this young girl that you should be loving on, making her feel like your queen, right?
Yeah.
Instead of putting a black cloud over her, that's going to push her away, right? And you think it's helping you, but you're actually being counterproductive. Bam, I'm on point.
Right. And, it all comes back to, like you said, there's something obviously going on with him. And unfortunately, sometimes therapy does not work. Just because you go to therapy does not mean that person is going to change, even if they go to individual therapy. I really think that the person has to truly understand themselves, truly want to change for their partner. And it's one thing if they're like falling short, but they're trying. But if this man isn't even trying, where's the door? Because damn.
I wonder, was there something else that we missed? Because usually
nobody's cheating, so
I know, but maybe she is a little overly friendly with the hugs and stuff of
who said something about, did you say something about hugs?
I'm just saying, I'm just thinking of hypotheticals for a man to be.
Well, that's fine. Talk about it. Go to therapy about it.
Yeah,
she will have to adjust some things too. But remember, we're only getting one side to every email. And so we are literally.
That's where our expertise comes in, though.
Right. We are the one-sided therapists.
Yeah.
All right. Here's some questions, a couple of you guys, or some answers to some of you guys' questions. She said that having a kid, it was a giant change in a relationship or in any relationship, but I guess these problems pre-existed before their kid. And she said that she's also brought up these issues many times and now is at a point where she just doesn't have the energy to keep doing it. And also she said that when you said that she'll start withdrawing, she said that I find myself putting up walls and emotionally distancing myself. Mm-hmm. The way he loves me can be possessive and almost suffocating at times. I started thinking what our lives would look like if we separated, and I'd be lying if I said it sounded bad.
Ooh, she's stonewalling is what is happening.
Yeah.
With her. And another thing to consider, bringing a kid into the marriage changes things, but you also don't want your kid to see this type of behavior and think this is how you treat your partner or your wife, by like literally controlling them and being a weirdo. So if she's saying all these things, it sounds like she is at her wit's end.
She's already gone.
And
she's already gone.
She's probably already gone. And well, sorry, sir. Go move on and control somebody else.
Do you guys think because of his ways that she might be scared to leave? Like she's not saying that, but like when I read this and I kind of listen to what she's saying and how she's withdrawing and how she just doesn't push back, like it's almost like she knows, like, if I leave this man, like it might not be good. And he's 9-10 years older than me, and they say that saying about those older guys that date or that get with those younger women. I mean, clearly they've been together 9.5 years. So when they got together, he was in his 30s and she was in her early 20s.
Was very young.
Mm-hmm. She was a fucking child, essentially. And so like, maybe that's why he went after a younger girl, because he wanted some young girl that he could control, Yep. I don't know.
And she wants her independence and her freedom. And some people in those situations, they grow apart, but there might be a fear of what he will do if she leaves him, because maybe not, fatal attraction type shit, but he can make it very hard for her. especially if she starts dating other people. You know, I was watching on Netflix. I am a stalker.
Kill.
I am a stalker, and it's these people, and my lover, my killer, and it's these people.
I saw the trailer for that. You watched that? Is it crazy?
I watched the first episode, and it was crazy. It was really sad because it happened in another country, I think in Europe, and she was dating this guy, and she called the police several times, was very polite because he's not physically abusing her. He's not doing these things, but he's exhibiting stalker, like borderline crazy behavior. And she's like, I'm sorry to bother you, but I feel really bad calling.
Nice accent.
I know, pretty good, right? Yeah. It'll go very Irish in 1 second.
Nice.
But yeah, and they were kind of like, well, he ain't hurting you. And she told her friend, they're literally going to respond to me once he stabs me. Well, he went in, slit her throat across 6 times and killed her. So
Colombian necktie, eh?
I mean, that was overkill. But some people are like that. They're possessive and they feel like you are a possession and not really a person, and you are an acquired prize or some shit. And when you lose that prize, or if you feel like you lose that prize, you do drastic things. So
that's yeah, the guy really needs some help. It's one thing to get with a young woman, but you have a beautiful young woman, be confident in that, yeah, she's going to grow up and she may go through some changes, right? You're 21, you're in your early 20s, you're still
a child,
a kid, right? Get into your
wise.
30s, let's grow together, let's communicate. I do want to go out with my friends still. I still want to do this. I know you're 40 and some change, and you're more...
He's making end-of-life plans now.
Probably a home... Damn. You're more probably a homebody. I want to chill, but all right, babe, I love you. I respect you, but I'm going to be out. And sometimes that works and sometimes it don't. But the dude really needs to check himself. I think that's a bad look, to be overly possessive, treat her like property and be
right, like property,
all over her. And just make things uncomfortable. To have to force any woman to do anything, that shouldn't make you feel good, right? If she wants to go out, she's yearning to do these things, but you have to come in and be like, no, I told you don't do that. That's not cool.
It's like chastising. It's
That's
like having
player.
a child. And
That's
she ain't no child no more,
you feel
sir.
Me?
She ain't a kid no more. She is a grown-ass woman.
It's strange to me, but like, because I don't want to like throw any stereotypes out there or
Come on, Kel, go ahead and throw one out.
Or group people in a group, but like, this is like not the first time I've heard about like an older guy and like a younger girl, and the older guy being controlling. Like, I know guys like not as extreme as this guy is, obviously, but like I know a couple older guys that have younger wives, and like it's you know that saying of like women want to be led. It's like that, but it's like slightly a little overkill. And it's like, yo, like she's still an individual, bro. Like she's gonna do her. She's gonna be young. She wants to do young things.
Right.
Like, and you know, you're 50 and you want to hang out at the house every weekend. She's not gonna. She wants to go dancing. You know, like.
And you got to be ready to do that. Or
well, it's like some women are looking for that father kind of figure, and so they are kind of wooed by an older man and the protection and the stability and the game and the mouthpiece and all of that kind of stuff. But then it turns into not all of the time. This is not a blanket statement.
Over time, as they grow, as they mature.
Right. It can change because and a guy that's looking for a young girl, I don't know.
And then he may feel like he's losing that control as she starts to mature and grow into her else and become more independent. Then he's, I got to put my foot down. I got to make sure she's not going out. I got to tell her what to do because she don't know what to do. I got to lead her in the right direction. That's kind of what he's thinking. Right.
Or based on reality TV that I watch, shout out to Real Housewives of Potomac.
Jesus.
they're saying, because a lot of these women on the show are married to men that are like 20 years, 25 years, 20 years older than them, right? And so I guess at a certain age, when you do marry a younger woman, and as you get into your late 60s, 70s, you allow them to enjoy the company of other people because you want them to be happy. Because, like, I can't remember what she was saying, they cannot climb that tree as much anymore. So
that's fair.
And maybe they can't climb that tree at all. So you got to kind of, but you still want to have that relationship with them. So you kind of allow them to, I don't know, do their thing. I don't know if that's like, it probably does exist.
That's why reality TV is so.
I mean, it's cute. You know what? Some of these storylines, I'm sorry, it's
entertaining,
real life.
but that's. I'm not going to say that never happens. If you want to
keep your woman that you married when you were 50 and she was 30, and now you are 70 and she is 50.
She knew what she was getting into. And
like I said, your balls have dropped.
She better scoop them up. She better scoop them things up. She knew what she was getting into.
She sure did.
So
she's smart.
I'm not gonna go that's the thing. These people, they've already been doing that. So like the producers were like, oh, so
right, let's exploit this.
Your husband's a cuckold. Oh, we're gonna write this into the script. He's a cuck. Great.
And act like he's gonna be upset by seeing another guy.
Well,
yeah, fucking.
But I'm just saying,
dog fuck your wife.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Do you guys think too that like maybe that is like part of the byproduct of when these younger women do want older men, that like, hey, this is what comes with it. Is, because they say like, well, I want a man that takes care of me. I don't date men my age because they're immature, and I need a man that's going to take good care of me. And that's right. And is that like the byproduct of that, of like, well, if you want that, this is what comes with it. You're going to get this older guy that kind of controls not your every move, but any decision that's made is pretty much going to go through him because you wanted this older guy, this mature guy.
You wanted a dad.
That's
pretty much what you wanted.
A dad.
You wanted a dad. You got a dad. And like everybody says, beauty fades. And this kind of shit fades. And so, you're maybe just hitting your prime at 50. You're just starting to feel yourself, and some beauty is fading on the older person's part. I mean, your walk slows down. You don't have the same energy as a 50-year-old. I know, being 40, I definitely don't even have the same energy as I did when I was 35. So I can only imagine a 20-year difference. So
what happened to
I don't think they necessarily think about that.
What happened to being equally yoked and being as one and coming together?
There's instances like that.
No matter the age. I know it's just pretty disturbing that people go through these type of situations. I know it's real life, and I know it is what it is. Kalo K for my the people speaking Spanglish, but yeah. So to be in it just for the stability, and it's hard for me to see the longevity in that. So of course, as the gentleman or the lady, because there is dudes that go for
I see the longevity, because you're getting into the average life expectancy of a dude is like 74. So if she's smart, she's going tick tick tick.
So she's timing that up.
Tick 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 tick.
But she's setting up the other friends now, and to make sure that she can have the friends now. And the guy's letting her do it. And at some point, though, if she's really out there, like I said, though, if she's really out there like that, and if he's really not tripping, and that's kind of what they've done, potentially their whole thing, he came in early, and he was probably doing his thing and had other women, had this young girl, was kind of coercing her into some different things and some different type of situations. And now,
and maybe there's a mutual understanding. I think a lot of times there's a mutual understanding, and he has somebody that will take care, he or she or whatever, in their older age, right? There is somebody there, your spouse, that will take care of you, and they understand that and they know that. And again, they allow their spouse to be in them streets, but they know that they have somebody that will care for them and take care of them, unless you're senile, and I'll immediately put you in the nearest nursing home.
I mean, that's why you keep a few on you, and you keep a few on your hip, and that way, if one goes astray, you can always tap somebody in and pull somebody off the bench.
You're talking about tapping in your daughters, correct? To help take care of you.
Other women.
No, those are your safety nets. Okay, go ahead.
So it seems like then at a certain age, like if you're doing this, like you're not necessarily dating or marrying for love. You're just dating and marrying for the companionship.
Yeah.
Is that what that boils down to?
Say that again. Wait.
You're not necessarily dating or marrying for love. I think maybe at the time you think you are, but then it turns into companionship, I think, after a while. Or
a business relationship.
It's a business. You have an understanding because I'm knocking on 74. You're 50, 54. I have slowed all the way down. And so it's only fair. Is it fair?
We're becoming too negative. There's people.
I don't know if it's fair to let her live the rest of her life.
I know.
Don't be tied to me, who is gonna be on my way out, life expectancy.
What kind of relationship
in a couple
is that?
of years?
What do you mean?
It's a reality.
Why not though?
It's thinking big picture.
I know, but
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Have your relationship for as long as you could have it, and yeah, it is a reality, and we're all realistic about our time on this planet, right? So, but that doesn't mean you just kind of throw the relationship. And maybe this situation is a bad situation, and it's starting early. She's still in her 30s, and dude,
and it's not even that big of an age difference, but
right.
It's enough.
But dude is setting up this situation to be the great fail. She should, or he is pushing her to look at other situations or to be ready to leave him as soon as he gets sick or whatever. But there is situations to where people are just, deep in love, and he's older, he's gray and crusty, but she still loves him, and they still go out dancing and take trips and do all this stuff. Yeah, he's moving a little slower, and she helps him up the stairs and all that kind of stuff, but it works. I'm a romantic.
This wasn't a blanket. Sir, our son is down here. I don't think it's a blanket statement. I think there is an exception to every scenario. And there really are people that are meant to be together. Like they're like soul mates, and they're 20, 30 years apart, and they're with that person, and maybe never ever remarry or do anything again. But it's a different time. So I think people know what the fuck they're doing. And
it's social media's fault.
These people are smart. They are very smart.
Hey, Marcus, your point you made earlier about you're asking us like, what happened to people that just like come together, like even if there's an age difference, like on like a common like space, I guess, or common ground.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why you don't have that in a lot of these kind of relationships with these age gaps is because you're dealing with someone that has more life experience, and they know they have more life experience. And so they throw that back into the other person's face.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you don't know better because I'm 10, 15 years older than you. So I have more life experience than you. So you have to listen to me. I don't know if that's like an ego thing, but
I think so.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
Ego, control, and not even throw it back in their face, but they use it against them until they can't, because that young man or young woman is eventually going to mature and not catch up, but they're going to go through some of those same experiences. They're going to see some stuff, and they're going to be like, oh, okay, this isn't how doesn't
it's
add up.
To go.
So now let me try to change things. And like I said, the older person is going to feel like they're losing their grip or they're losing their power. So they have to,
And that's when
they got to double down.
That's when the arsenic comes out.
Damn it.
And you're fixing them their drink, and you're like, oh, I think he passed from old age or some shit like that. So,
a toaster in the bathtub or something like that?
No, not even like
Dryer?
that. You got to do it I watch a lot of Forensic Files, and
Everybody gets caught though, for the most part.
But I really think I
arsenic in
could
somebody's soup ain't working no more.
inject some arsenic and really get the job done efficiently.
Needle point like right behind the ear with a special death cocktail.
Yeah, I watched an episode where they literally were figuring out how to get it into Coke bottles without breaking the seal, and I can't remember what they were doing, and they were just dropping off a 6-pack at the neighbor's house who was sick but really liked Coke,
right?
And killed the person.
Crazy.
Slowly.
All right, that's dark.
Yeah,
but what would you guys say though? Like for this woman in this situation, it seems like she's addressing this early, which is good because she's not 40 and he's, you know what I mean? Like she hadn't gotten, I mean, they've been together 9.5 years, but like it hasn't gotten like too far yet.
Yeah.
But when you're like in a relationship and like, you feel like, oh damn, well, we didn't put 10 years in, like there's no looking back at this point, or do I just stick around and put up with it? I put so much time into it, or do I just drop it?
Don't shake your head. A lot of people are like, yeah, I've been here for so long. They're scared to leave for one.
Yeah,
they don't know what it looks like to be alone, be by themselves out in the world.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
You're born
tough.
alone, you die alone.
I know, but it's not as easy just to leave a long-term relationship, whether it's good or bad, right?
But that's it's all about your own personal happiness. If you want to be personally happy and free, and you've got to like throw caution to the wind, you have to know that things are going to work out and you don't have to be with that person, especially a person like that.
Right.
At that point, she needs to consider her own personal happiness. And if you're not happy, why? I don't care how you're comfortable. Why would you stay in that situation?
What I said earlier,
I'm thinking investment. Like
investment. But I said I don't like ultimatums, and maybe that was the wrong term. But you really have to voice your unhappiness and where you're at.
They're in therapy. I think she has.
Yeah, but I guess continue to do it though, and then you're in the clear. Okay, I told you, and now you don't want to comply. I have a choice. I got a decision to make. I am my own person. Like you said, I'm worried about my personal happiness. I'm worried about my child's happiness. This is a terrible relationship. I don't want my child to see this type of relationship. This isn't right. This ain't where I'm at.
And like you said, they haven't been to, 9 years. That is a long time.
That is.
Especially these days. That is a long time.
That is.
9.5 years. Yeah.
But again, she's just cracking the surface of her adult life. And so I would run as fast as I could right now before you dig deeper. And then you're like, literally like become a victim of his behavior and his control. Yeah.
He might shape up. Like it could go two ways, extreme, right? You shape up or you go crazy and you lose it and you become one of those people on those shows, right? As far as the guy. But if you lose something or she does something that he doesn't expect, or it's like, oh, wow, I didn't know it was like that, even though, I mean, he should know, but okay, she's gone and I really want her back. Let me see if I could be something or somebody that she could love or enjoy. See if I can get this thing right.
Just find the next 25-year-old and
for the guy.
Yeah, go
he
there.
He could do that too.
He can find,
and that's probably what he would do if that's his MO.
Yeah, that sounds like that would be his MO. Because like, when did you guys think that someone gets to a point or gets to an age where they're stuck in their ways? Because I feel like when you are creeping into your 40s, you're kind of set in your ways at that point where like you see society the way you see it. Your ideology is what it is. It's, you know what I mean? Like you're in the back half of your life now. So it's like, what am I really about to really think about like changing?
Right.
Like I am who I am. This is what you see is what you get. What I believe is what I believe. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay here. So like, that's my thing is like, trying to teach an old dog new tricks. You know?
Hey, you're talking to us. We're 40. And I can say that I am still figuring stuff out. I am who I am, but I am very open to just everything and about bettering myself. And I think that this generation now is kind of like that. So I think that's maybe more of an old school mentality. I'm stuck in my ways. However, if you're going to put an age on it, I think it's when you're in your
50s.
Yeah, I think that is when there is possibly no compromising. Because being 40 now, I still feel like there is compromise. I'm still changing. I think, we're always evolving. I think you should do it your entire life, really. So you should never be stuck in your ways, because that makes you ignorant and unhappy and could make you bitter, all that kind of shit. It can make you'll be alone.
I would say, well, I'm going to just give you your flowers. First of all, at 40, you'd be surprised where people are in life. You're an exception. You're at 40. You're going through these transitions.
Metamorphosis.
You're seeking information. You're seeking more understanding and knowledge. Everybody doesn't have that about them. Even at 30, right? There's people that, because of their environment, because of different situations, they are stuck in a way of thinking, and they will be like that for the rest of their life, right? So you're doing something that's kind of outside the box, but everybody does not have that. So once you get to those 40s, 50s, sometimes in your 30s, it's hard to get out of something when you don't know anything else, right?
Right, yeah.
So in these relationships, not really accepting the therapy, the third party conversations and different stuff, it's hard for people to get outside of their box. They didn't have a representative as they were growing up of what to look for and how it should be. So they're just leaning on their own.
But it's a different time.
It is a different time. But I'm saying even in these times now, there's places on the planet where there's people stuck. I don't care how old you are, right?
Baby boomer generation.
So, but I just wanted to tell you that you are doing a damn good thing, and it's
you're gonna make me not tear up.
It's it's encouraging knowing more people should do it. It doesn't matter what age you're in. Don't think you know everything. Always be coachable, and be in a place where you can grow. Right?
Yeah, you gotta grow. Yeah. Gotta always grow.
Yeah.
Wait, always be coachable.
Yeah.
Here's the rebuttal to that, though. But what if I'm the one doing the coaching? That's what these stubborn dudes would say. Well, I'm the one trying to coach her. I've had all this experience.
You shouldn't be coaching anybody.
No.
There's subtle coaching.
No, there are guys that feel like that, though. But guys like that, Kel, they have like a block and they have blinders on because they're the top of the pyramid. Is what it sounds like. They think they are, right? There's nobody that could tell them anything because they know everything. And that's not a very smart position to be in. You put yourself in a spot for a big fall from grace.
You can coach. You're right. You can coach somebody, but you coach somebody out of love.
Right.
You coach somebody and you even take a hard look at yourself while you're doing the coaching.
Teamwork.
Right. It's teamwork. You guys should be evolving and changing together. It shouldn't be, well, she needs to or he needs to listen to me because it's weird. They are their own person. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want at the end of the day. So.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Great episode, guys. Good insight. So I think we all three of us have come to the conclusion that she is in a position where now she is young enough. She still has time to run. So she should run as fast as she possibly can. Well, Jess and I believe that she should run.
Put your Jordans, your Crocs, your Birkenstocks,
She's
your
a runner.
Air Force Ones.
She's a track star.
Right.
But not like that, though. She's It's just looking for peace and some happiness.
Run.
So, and the dude is pushing her away. It's his fault. I know us men don't like to hear that, but it's his fault.
Shame.
No, it's wholeheartedly his fault.
Right.
I agree. All right, Truly Unruly, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. You can send all of your questions, and we will answer them here on the show. Just send an email to trulyunrulypodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on our Instagram page, trulyunruly_podcast. Remember to follow these guys on IG. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a review, and catch the visual on YouTube. Just search Truly Unruly and catch us every Sunday on Converge. Word. Right, y'all. Till next time, y'all. Peace and much love.